Hey guys. Okay, so for for the discussion board, I want to go over a strategy called the 4 square strategy. It's actually a Frere modification, which most of us should know about the Frere strategy, but this is a modification. I found this modification actually in the Professional Development Collection database, and the article is actually Vocabulary Instructional Strategies in Mid-Level Science. So I'm going to show you a little bit. I'm going to show you the model that I did real quick, and then I'll go over it in more detail in just a minute. But the model that I did, it looks like this. Okay, really simple. You have 4 squares, and then this little circle in the middle. And this strategy can be used on literally almost everything that you're trying to teach your students. And I love it because it helps them gain a little bit of background knowledge. They have several types of ways of learning through this strategy. They get to do a little bit of research. They get to write it out. They get to read it, and they get to draw for the ones that are, art inclined. So we're going to start out with basically, if you just take a piece of paper, if you don't already have your template laid out or copied out, they can just take a blank piece of paper and fold it into 4 squares and then draw their lines and put their little circle in the middle. And so for this example, just to prove that we can pretty much use it for anything, I went ahead and did social studies. Instead of science, I have a 5th grade social studies, and it's going to be on Native American houses. So for this one, I did the type of house, which is an adobe house. The definition is homes used by the Pueblo Indians of the South, or actually it's of the Southwest. And our characteristics: they're large stones cemented together, made out of clay, straw, and brick. And this is a fun little drawing of an adobe house that I did. I know I'm a wonderful artist, but that's the little drawing. So this can be done by individual students, but I feel like it's best worked in a group of students, so each one can help with a different process. You always want to have your type, definition, characteristics, and then a drawing or a label, and this really solidifies what they're learning. You can also do it, if you don't do it individually, like I said, I prefer the groups. We can take, and instead of just learning about adobe homes and having each group do adobe homes, you can have one group do adobe, another do TP, another do wigwam, and each little group can share what they've learned and really get to communicate and set in some of that prior knowledge that they need for a much deeper lesson on Native American housing. So I hope this, again, it's 4 different squares, and in the middle I do put Native American homes. I put the actual lesson name here. That way when they put it in their book, they can go back and they don't have to read everything to try to figure out what it pertains to. They can just look in this little circle and go, oh, okay, that's a Native American home. So anyway, guys, hope this helps. See you next week.